Hi friends, welcome back to Faith and Era Homestead. My name is Jaylee. This is a homesteading channel, but lately we have been talking a bit about preparedness. I do not plan my videos, so I really just kind of film what I'm feeling, and lately I've been feeling led by the Holy Spirit to talk about preparedness, and I do think that we're in a state right now where we should be caring about getting our home in order and being somewhat prepared for whatever craziness may come in the future. And I've already been speaking with you guys a bit about that from a food perspective, kind of storing up food and being prepared from like a food and water standpoint. Guys, this is not premeditated. I really am genuinely just sharing with you as I myself am doing it. And so I had something else that I decided I wanted to prep, and so I'm just sharing that with you. I actually am doing this before it has come in the mail because there's a sale happening right now, and I want you guys to be able to get in on it as quickly as possible. So this prep that I'm referring to are seeds. Now, many of you in my videos have told me that you're not in a place to be able to garden, and if that's you, that's fine. Perhaps maybe this doesn't apply to you. Or if you're in a place where you can't garden right now, but you think that you will be able to soon, this would definitely still apply. So this is my third year gardening, and I definitely plan on gardening again next year. I actually think that gardening, if you're able to, is very important. If you have the means, you certainly should, because it is taking a bit of that control back into your own hands when talking about food. If you can produce it yourself, it doesn't have to travel, no gas being used, no pesticides being used. You grow it organically in your backyard, and that's as close from garden to table that you can possibly get. So I'm a huge advocate for gardening, and if you have even just a little square on a balcony, you should try to grow something. Herbs, tomatoes, you can buy little mini fruit bushes that you can keep in pots. I mean, we can talk more about that in a different video, like how to garden in your various situations. There's so much content on the internet about that already, but I digress. If you are able to garden at all, you should, and I think that preparing seeds is a really useful thing to do right now. So MI Gardener, migardener.com, they have a sale. They have 40% off of this past season's seeds. I really appreciate this company because they have really done their best to fight inflation and keep their seed prices affordable. They sell their seed packets for $2 a packet. With the 40% off sale, they're $1.20 a packet, and they have free shipping. So I just purchased 30 seed packets for $36. But they were $1.20 a seed packet, as I said, with the 40% off sale. I'm not affiliated with them at all. There's no code. It's applied at checkout. There are, and even outside of MI Gardener, I would still recommend prepping seeds, buying them now while you have the chance. It just so happens that this company is having a sale, so I'm sharing it with you. The sale doesn't end until September 1st, but I don't even have my seed packets yet, and normally I would wait to get them in the mail just for dramatic effect so I could just show you the seed packets, but I want you to know about this ASAP, not because the sale's going to end, but because they're selling out. There were many, many different varieties that I wanted that I couldn't purchase because it was already sold out. So as soon as you are able to, go ahead to their website, check it out, and see what you can get. I mean, I still ended up with 30 seed packets, so there's still plenty, but I don't know how much longer that's going to be. So before we go through the seeds, I just want to say that I don't know for sure that this is going to be an issue, and it may not be. Springtime may roll around, and the seed catalogs may come out, and we may have no issue whatsoever purchasing seeds in the springtime. I don't know that any of this craziness that's going on in the world is going to impact that at all. I have no idea. And it may not. I hope it doesn't. I look at it this way, and the way I justify still coming to you guys with this is I look at it kind of like Christmas. Christmas ends, and all of the Christmas stuff goes on sale, and that's the best time to purchase next year's Christmas decorations. It's not as fun to do it that way, right? It's fun to purchase things in the season that they're meant to be purchased in, just like it's fun to purchase the seeds in the springtime when you're tired from winter and all the seed catalogs come out. But it's more practical to purchase them now because they're on sale. And again, I'm feeling like there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to get seeds, and not for nothing, but we've seen that before. That happened with COVID. When COVID happened, people panicked and purchased up all the seeds. And there were shortages, seed shortages, people who weren't able to get the seeds that they wanted or needed. So it's not like we've never seen it before. So I think that it's just wise to purchase them now while we can, and they're on sale. So why not do that? And then when springtime rolls around, there may still be other things that you can't get now or that you want or just for fun, and you could still buy seeds in the springtime, but I'm encouraging you to purchase them now. All right, I'll link MI Gardener down in the description, and I'll link some of my other favorite companies that I purchase seeds from as well, although I don't think they're having any sales right now. I think MI Gardener is the only one that I've heard of. So I'm just going to go through these with you, and I'll put the pictures from the website up on the screen for you. They're not in any particular order. Some of them are out of order. So I purchased Mammoth Red Rock Cabbage, Imperator 58 Carrot, Little Fingers Carrot, Boston Pickling Cucumber, National Pickling Cucumber, Chives, Long Island Brussels Sprout, Dixie Queen Watermelon, Red Burgundy Onion, White Sweet Spanish Onion, Southport White Globe Onion, Alyssa Craig Onion, Cipollini Onion, Jalapeno Early Pepper, California Wonder Bell Pepper, Big Red Bell Pepper, Cinderella Pumpkin, Burgess Buttercup Squash, Waltham Butternut Squash, Sweet Meat Squash, Golden Hubbard Squash, Butternut Squash, Pompeii Onion, Rose Tomato, Insurarty Paste Tomato, Golden Acre Cabbage, Mountain Princess Tomato, Baby Roma Tomato, Carbon Tomato, Catskill Brussels Sprout. Like I said, those were not grouped properly, but that's everything that I purchased. And as you can tell, this was not a for fun list. I really prioritized food production items, lots of onions, lots of tomatoes, lots of squashes, things that I went hard on the squashes because they keep out at room temperature with very little maintenance or no electricity, no refrigeration, nothing like that. They keep at room temperature. And so I'm thinking about this from a preparedness standpoint, which is new for me, and it's new for this channel. It's not something that I've done a lot of. And so I was very much trying to think of things that would keep at room temperature, the onions and everything. And so, and then also I do a lot of canning of tomato products. So I have a lot of tomatoes on there, things like that. So I was very food production minded when I made this list. Chives was the most for fun thing that I had on the list. And so I would recommend that. I don't think, unless you're shopping it because it's the sale, I don't think now's the time to purchase like all the fun, pretty flower varieties and things like that. You can, absolutely you can, but right now I'm focusing on spending my money, purchasing the seeds that I need to grow my food in the future. And that is the whole purpose of this. That's why I'm making this video. If you do garden, if you're planning on gardening, it's just a little bit of insurance. It's the exact same reason why I'm encouraging you guys to purchase the big bags of flour and sugar and oats and, keeping up on your food stores. For those same reasons, I'm encouraging you to purchase your seeds now instead of the spring, because we just don't know. We just don't know what any of this is going to look like. We don't know if there are going to be any shortages. We don't know if it's going to be difficult to get our hands on these things in the future. And I don't know for sure myself. I'm not saying, yes, this is definitely going to happen. I'm just saying, why not? And, I got a lot of pushback. No, I didn't get a lot. I got a little bit of pushback in my preparedness video, my main one that I did, from people kind of saying like, this is ridiculous. Like, why would you do this? A few people said something that I really liked, and I'm going to say it now. What is the difference between this and having money in the bank? You can't eat money. Having money in the bank is a form of preparedness. If you have a savings account, if you have, $1,000+ in the bank for a rainy day, that is you trying to be prepared for a rainy day. The difference is you can't eat money. And so having extra food put away, purchasing your garden seeds early, having extra toilet paper, extra paper towel, whatever, extra medical supplies put away, that's the same exact thing. So if you're somebody who has money in a savings account, you're doing what we're doing, just in a less practical way because you can't eat money. So I liked that. I really enjoyed that perspective. It really helped bring it kind of around for me where it's like, wow, yes, this is that, just a different version. So if you are feeling how I'm feeling, if it's been put on your heart, if you're feeling movement in your spirit that perhaps we should be preparing, I just wanted to come and drop this idea that if you are a gardener, perhaps this should be something that we're thinking about as well, purchasing our seeds now versus the springtime. One last thing I'll say about it, in case you don't know, seeds don't expire. And I know that some people, I've seen it in comment threads, some people are like, well, why would I do that? I don't want the seeds to go bad before I can use them next season. No, they won't. I have seed packets from 2012 that I've still been planting and they've still been germinating. What happens if you do not store them properly, that's different. You don't want them to get wet. You don't want them to get really hot or humid or have direct light for too long. You want them to be stored in a cool, dark, non-humid place. Some people store them in the freezer. I've heard arguments against that, but if that's the only thing you've got, then go for it. Just make sure they're not wet before you do that, because that's what could ruin them in the freezer. Yeah, I just have mine in a closet in a bedroom. Dark, cool, no light, so that's fine. But what happens over time, say that you store them perfectly for 10 years, the germination rate could decrease. And if you don't store them perfectly, the germination rate will certainly decrease. That doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make them rotten or spoiled or no good. You can certainly still plant them and see what happens. Your germination rate may be decreased. And if you're brand new to this, germination means how many of the seeds sprout. Germination is the word for the seed sprouting. Your germination rate may be decreased if you're using an older seed. But this is really only a concern when you start to get into your seeds being 4, 5, 6+ years old. Then you really could potentially see a germination decrease. Having a seed that you purchased at the end of 2024 that you're planning on planting at the beginning of 2025, that is not a concern. Your seeds are going to be just fine. There's very, 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 very little concern of a diminished germination rate as long as you store them properly. So I just wanted to say that because I did hear some people commenting on posts saying, why would I buy, they're going to be old. They're not. They're going to be fine as long as you store them properly. So I just wanted to mention that in case you didn't know. Yeah, so I'm loving the conversation that we're having surrounding this. You guys have been helping me so much. You've been giving me so many ideas on things that I should be aware of and working towards. And so let's talk. What else are you guys thinking? Down in the comments, let me know. Am I onto something with this? Do you think that there's other things as well, kind of in this realm, that we should be thinking about, preparing, whatnot? Let's talk. This has been really fun for me, and it really has been making me feel so much better. Like I said in the original video, I've not been fearful or anxious about any of this, nervous about any of this, because I do trust God to provide. But I had so many people comment and say, God provides. Why are you doing any of this? God provides. Yes, he does. And he is providing right now. He's providing us the opportunity right now. And if I learned anything from the 120,000+ views that that original video of mine had, I am not the only one receiving that message. Other people are having somebody called it I think one commenter called it, a quickening of the spirit. I'm pretty sure. That's what she said that I can't find her comment. I'm pretty sure that she called it a quickening of the spirit. And that basically just means I'm feeling this urging in my spirit to act, to move. And that is God providing. That's him saying, look, you have all of the resources that you need at your fingertips right now. Now is the time to prepare, just like Joseph, for something that may come in the future. So yes, God provides, and he is providing right now. So anyway, this has been great. I'm loving these videos. I'm loving the conversations that we're having. So drop a comment. Let's talk about this. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Have faith and keep moving forward. Bye.